Being undocumented does not limit you in the way that you think it does. And I've learned that many people have a lot of questions about this. Last year, I created 2 videos. One was for my DACA series, and the other one was about side hustles as an undocumented person. And so many people reached out, and especially for the DACA one, I actually had someone to reach out, and they told me about how it helped them, and now they even got approved for the DACA, and they just recently got their Social Security. I'm very happy for that. But I do have a lot of more advice to give you guys, so why don't we go ahead and get started with today's video talking about that, how to get ahead as an undocumented youth. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So once again, we are doing some undocumented videos, and I know that you guys have a lot of questions, so I thought it was perfect to do this. Now, before getting started, I do hope that you guys enjoying every one of these kinds of videos. I do my videos based off of what people ask me. So what I've also gone ahead and done, I've added into the subtitles, I've added Spanish, I've added Vietnamese, French, and that is to help as many people as I can to try and receive this. And the challenge that I do face is that how do you give advice to a huge range of people? I can't really give everybody step by step exactly how to get ahead in life, but there are 4 components that I will motivate you, especially if you just recently came to this country. You will be able to go ahead and get ahead in life if you do these 4 things. And starting today, we're gonna do the very first one. You're gonna go ahead and get married to a US citizen. I'm just kidding, dude. You don't gotta do that. But the real first one is you want to go ahead and set your goals in writing. Most people, when they come to this country, they are just, they're following what somebody else told them. I, for example, was like told that you gotta go to school, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And I said, okay, but what is that I want? And everybody has to ask themselves those questions. Did you come here because you want to work? You want to start your own business? You want to have your own career? What do you want to do? Because really, it will matter so much if you decide from right now what is that you want to do. What is your dream job? And once you decide that, then you can look up how much education you actually are going to need for that. Because most people just go to school and they start in college because their parents told them, and then they ended up wasting a lot of money, and now they're in student loan debt and they'll have no career. So write down exactly how much you want to make, write down exactly when you want to be done with school, and write down exactly everything that you want to do from here in the next 10 to 15 years. The next thing you're going to want to do, no matter what age you are, you're going to want to go ahead and try to get your own bank account. Now, you may be asking me, Carlos, how can I get a bank account if I don't have a Social Security? Luckily, there is a way. You go and you get an ITIN, which is an individual taxpayer identification number. And with that, you're able to go ahead and pay taxes. That is the most important thing here in America, paying taxes. Because if you don't pay taxes, then you get no benefits of any kind. They just care that you pay taxes. So once you get an ITIN number, then you are able to use that in order to open up a bank in Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, wherever you'd like to bank at. You can go there with them and open up a bank account. You don't want to have your own bank account, because if you are just receiving money cash, then the thing is that you don't really exist in this country still. Because as soon as you go ahead and then you start having everything in a bank, then you can pull out bank statements, and then you can use that to pay bills, and then you can use that to start building your credit. And speaking of credit, you want to start building your credit right away. Now, although there's a lot of talks right now on whether they're going to continue the current credit system, whether they're going to rebrand it or just remove it all completely, until all of that happens, we're going to stick to the ones that we have right now, right? And in order to do so, you're going to want to start building your credit. Now, there's ways in order for you to start building your credit even though you don't have a Social Security. So what you want to do, you can either go ahead and apply for what is a secure card at your bank, at whatever bank you go ahead and decide to go with. You open up a secure card with them, and then once you've had it for a little bit of time, you go to the dealer, your broker, and they tell them, listen, I want to get my own credit card. And then they're gonna tell you, okay, this is how much deposit you're gonna have to give, and then they're gonna guide you along the necessary steps in order to open up your first credit card. Now, if you're completely ineligible to receive a credit card because of whatever and not enough time with the bank, there's other alternatives to starting your credit. The way I started receiving credit before I had DACA was I went and I got a car from a dealership. Now that was me. Now I don't recommend that to be for you, but that was how I did it. And through the payments of that car is how I started receiving my credit, and that honestly went ahead and bumped my credit up to a good 500, from having no credit up to 500, which was, hey, better than nothing. And then once I had that, I was able to be approved for another credit card, for my Apple credit card, and then now, you know, for so many more things. Another alternative is a credit building loan. So there are apps, I believe one of them is called Safer. I'm gonna try to see if I remember there, but what basically they go ahead and they pull out of your account like $5 to $20 every single month, and then after like 3 to 6 months they re-give you back all that money, and then they as well, I did it as if you were paying something off, which is crazy. And it's a good way to start building up credit for someone who has no credit or has very poor credit. So that's another alternative that you can use. Without credit, you do not exist in this country. Credit basically means your reputation. So when banks want to give you out a loan for a house, a mortgage, then they'll look at your credit history as well as your bank statements. So if you want to get a house in this country, you're going to need a good credit. And if you don't have a good credit, then guess what? You're not going to get much of anything. So start building your credit. Once you have those things, I would suggest you go online and you start looking for an online business, for an online way to make money. These days, you do not need much of a physical product in order to make money online. You're able to make money by investing. There are apps that allow you to invest even though you don't have a social security. There are places where you are able to create an online business such as Etsy, such as Shopify, that you are able to sell a physical product if that's the route that you want to take. And there's just so many ways that the internet has expanded us from thinking, wow, I need a social security in order to be able to make a living. Now, because of the internet, you have so many things available to you. And now, what are the extra things that I could add on to there is be working with an immigration lawyer to talk about how eventually you can make your way to, a green card and eventually becoming a citizen. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. So it's not something that you can really worry about right now. While all of that happens, focus on these other 4 things. Right? Write down your goals, open your own bank account with an ITIN, start building your credit, and start building an online business, something that's going to get you started right now while all of that procedure with the immigration lawyer and everything else happens there. If you want to get ahead, those are the 4 things that I'm going to recommend for you to start getting right now if you haven't done so already. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't, and hey, I want to know what else you guys have going on in your mind. What other questions you guys have for me? And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.